Good morning, it's Dave Harrison, Green Private Wealth, and it is the day after our most recent federal election, a historic election by any measure, made more so by the threat of annexation from Donald Trump in the United States. And really the election outcome was pivoting on this threat. A few months ago, the Conservatives were holding a lead in the polls that would have given them a clear majority had an election been held at that point. But with Donald Trump becoming president and starting with threats of annexation of Canada, the Liberals ousted Justin Trudeau and put in Mark Carney, and clearly Canadians felt that Mark Carney was better positioned to negotiate our position going forward and defend Canada from the U.S. and the tariff plans. So that's our result today. It looks today like a minority government. I think as of this morning, they had 168 seats with 99% of the polls reporting. So that they'll form a minority government based on that. They need 174 seats to be a majority government. So quite a surprise. I just wanted to touch on a couple of things that they promised during the election outside of the tariff negotiations and that sort of thing that affect taxes. Number one, they talked about a middle tax tax cut. They're going to lower the tax rate at the lowest bracket by 1%. So that'll affect a fair number of, it'll affect all Canadians and save a typical two income family around $825 per year. That's what they've estimated there. They want to also deliver automatic tax filing. And as this tax filing season comes to a close, I think people can appreciate the cost of taxes has gone up this year all across Canada. The work involved by accountants and tax preparers has been significantly increased because of the challenges with tax slips being available to automatically download. So anything that the government can do to automatically file taxes for low-income Canadians or seniors with simple returns would be a welcome news. So let's hope that happens in the next year. And they also want to consider reviewing and expanding the criteria for the disability tax credit. This is a wonderful credit that reduces income tax payable and also opens up opportunities for people to set up registered disability savings plans, which can help bolster retirement savings for those that are disabled. And those are great programs if you can qualify for them. So looking forward to seeing how that legislation comes through. They've also, one of the promises they made a while back in the election was to reduce the required withdrawals from RIF accounts by 25%. It was touted as a way to help Canadians protect their savings. But reality, it just simply lowers the amount you have to take out of the RIF account. If you've had a bad year in the markets and your RIF account is down, the amount you have to take out next year is going to be less anyways. So I don't think it's a great benefit. Most people in this day with a high cost of living and increasing costs are already taking out the minimum at least, and they certainly need at least that, if not more, to cover their cost of living. So we'll see if that comes into play, but I don't expect it'll be a big issue around in tax planning that we do for our clients. There are a number of other things that they brought into their promises. Adding some job skills training support, some housing support, looking to build more homes faster. They've got $25 billion in financing for prefabricated home builders, and $10 billion in low-cost financing and capital for builders of affordable homes as well. So there's some things that we should see come down the pipe with that, and hopefully increase the housing supply in Canada and take some pressure off of the market, so there's more choices for home buyers and prices can be either maintained or maybe come down a little bit for those home buyers. There'll be a GST rebate available for first-time home buyers. If you're buying a house under $1 million, you will get a GST rebate. If it's between $1 million and $1.5 million, they promise to give a lower GST or a partial rebate of that GST. So some good things there we should see happen in the next year. But as all elections, time will tell to see which one of these promises or if all of these promises are to be fulfilled. Clearly, the biggest challenge ahead is negotiating a trade deal with the U.S. That is fair for both parties, and our country has pinned their hopes on Mark Carney to do so. Thank you very much, and you have a wonderful day.